All right, hey guys. Long-awaited video. I'll show you how I modded my OEM 2004 F-150 Lariat gauge cluster with the original face. Kept that, being I like any of the aftermarket ones and want to change the color of it to suit the truck better. It's a cheap mod, just takes a little bit of time to do it and some patience. The biggest cost you're going to have is replacing the LED lights. What you want to do is make sure that you take the face off with those clips right there at the bottom on both of those. The two top ones, I already have it loosened up. Take the gauge cluster cover off, exposes your gauge and your needles. Fire the needles off on all the gauges. What I did is that if you notice that when you try to take them off and you go with white, these things tend to come off. I put a dab of super glue on the back side of it. That way if you have to take them off again, you don't have to worry about taking the shaft off the back of the needle. All right, just a little hack here. All right, now that all the needles are off, you're gonna want to peel the face gauge off, the gauge cluster. I'm going to leave you with this. Flip it over. All right. All of these have to get sanded down. I used a Scotch pad and lightly sanded it down. All these ones. 1 mile per hour. These ones here. All the hash marks. Speedometer and everything. They're not hard. Just takes a little bit of elbow grease. Make sure you don't take too much off, otherwise the light will show through. The only ones that you're not going to be able to get rid of that I've found have been part of the plastic itself is the red gauge marks. Now if you go with blue LED, you're not going to see these hash marks because for some reason the light doesn't transpose through the red. The blue at least doesn't, but the white and the red I'm sure do. So these I could not get off and did not want to screw up the cluster face trying to do it. So these ones right here all stayed on. Once that's done, you have that off, you have it all sanded down. This is your stock needle right here with the red. You got to upgrade to, if you go with a different color than red, you have to go with white gauge needles. Just like so. All of them are white and transparent, and if you go with a different color, it'll show through and you can actually read your needles. These are the LEDs that I got for the truck. They are T5 wedge bulbs. Key with this is multi-directional. Multi-directional is that you have LEDs on the sides of it as well as the front of it. These are CAN bus compatible. So you have white, you have blue, and then I have red. And as you can see, you take off the back of it where the bulbs are at, and they just fit right in there. All you have to do at that point is just take it, screw it in. If for some reason it doesn't work when you screw it in, switch the bulb 180 degrees to get the right polarity. All right. That's how I modded my original gauge cluster. To look like this. So you can see the white gauge cluster looks good, especially with brighter LEDs. All right, thanks guys.